நிஜமான கதைகளு சுவையோடு சுகமாக உருவான கதைகளு.
குட்டி ஸ்டோரியோட ஒலி புத்தக பகுதியில் இன்னைக்கு நான் வாசிக்க போகிற நூல் A Butterfly Finds a New Home. இந்த புத்தகத்தை எழுதினவங்க N.S. Esther. A Butterfly Finds a New Home, written by N.S. Esther. Book description: a short story about a butterfly's growth and journey towards meeting new friends. On a bright and beautiful summer day, a female butterfly is looking for a safe place to lay her eggs. She has been flying above the meadow for some time and is growing tired. "Oh, I hope I can find a place for my baby soon," she sighs. She is also looking for a plant that her younger ones will enjoy eating. Finally, she sees a young milkweed hidden in the grasslands. "Ah, this is the perfect spot," she says with relief. She knows that her younger ones will love feeding on the milkweed's leaves. The plant should give her babies the nourishment they need. She lands on the plant and rests for a while. She then looks for the largest leaf she could find. "They will be safe here," she says as soon as she finds the large leaf. She then begins laying her eggs on the leaf. Once she has finished laying all her eggs, she flies away. After a few days, one of the eggs rolls over the leaf and hatches. A very tiny caterpillar comes out of the egg. The young caterpillar is immediately hungry. It begins munching on its own eggshell and then starts eating into the milkweed's leaf. Most baby caterpillars first eat the eggshell from which they hatch, from then feed on leaves. Every day, what all the tiny caterpillar do is eat and eat milkweed leaves. It doesn't seem to mind the same taste every single day, and it doesn't seem to get full. I can eat this all day," it says with delight as it crunches on the leaf. After munching on a leaf, it crawls onto the next one and feeds on it. As it continues to feed, its body transforms. The tiny caterpillar begins to grow. It develops a yellow, black, and white banded pattern. Its back and front legs also develop. The young caterpillar also needs to shed its own skin so that it can continue to grow. After a few weeks of eating, the caterpillar stops growing. It has reached its full weight and length. It also stops feeding on the milkweed leaves. The caterpillar suddenly feels a need to sleep. I feel tired and sleepy," the caterpillar says as it yawns. The caterpillar then looks for a leaf to rest on. It turns its head and then looks to the left and right. It then looks up and sees a large leaf. "That looks like a good spot for me to sleep in," it says while staring up at the leaf. The young caterpillar then begins its way to the leaf. The journey is very slow because its stomach is full from eating leaves all day, every day. Finally, the young caterpillar reaches the leaf. The young caterpillar almost falls down as it begins to hang on the edge, but it is able to hold on to the leaf. "Oops! Almost fell over," the young caterpillar says to itself. It then spins a silk pad for its legs to stick on to the leaf. "Now it's time for me to cover myself," it says as it begins to create a green layer to cover itself. Halfway through, the young caterpillar takes a moment to look at the world outside. The caterpillar stares at the big blue sky in amazement. It is now quiet. All the birds that were in the sky when the caterpillar began making its coating had flown by. It notices the wind sweeping through the tall grass blades. It then looks down and could see its own reflection from the clear puddles of the water down below. The caterpillar then continues covering itself up with a green coating. As soon as it is fully covered up, the young caterpillar falls asleep. This is the pupa stage of a butterfly's life cycle. The color of the layer is green so that the pupa looks like a part of the plant. This protects the pupa from getting eaten by insects and other animals. Moths, the cousins of butterflies, make cocoons instead of pupa. Each day passes by and the young caterpillar remains inside the pupa. It doesn't know if it is day or night time outside. It sleeps inside the pupa for several days. But while it's inside the pupa, the young caterpillar undergoes a wonderful transformation. It begins to turn into a butterfly. It starts to form wings with patterns. Its mouth changes from a chewing to a sucking shape. It also develops an antenna. The butterfly uses its antenna for smelling the nectar of flowers. After 2 weeks, the young caterpillar has transformed into a butterfly. The butterfly awakens and begins to move inside the pupa. Finally, I'm awake. How long it has been, the butterfly mutters inside the pupa. From inside, it can hear the birds flying in the sky. The butterfly also feels the warmth of the sun passing through the thin protective layer. The layer has turned from green to brown. Time to come out, exclaims the butterfly. The butterfly eases its way out of the pupa. As it comes out, it begins to unfold its wings. Its wings are a bit wet from the fluids inside the pupa. What has happened to me? The butterfly asks in surprise once it's out of the pupa. What are these? The scared butterfly asks as it gently spreads its wings. The butterfly marvels at its orange and black colored wings. It is also amazed at the tiny white spots at the tip of its wings. As the butterfly examines its wings, the pupa begins to shake from a sudden gust of wind. The butterfly clings to the pupa, afraid to fall down. It then starts to flap its wings. This movement causes the pupa to get separated from the leaf. The butterfly panics and thinks it would drop straight to the ground. "Oh no, I'm falling!" cried the butterfly as it plummets down. But then, as if the butterfly seemed to know what to do next, it continues flapping its wings. This fluttering causes the wings to become dry and strong. Then, to the butterfly's great surprise, it begins to fly. "Wahoo! I'm flying!" shouted the young butterfly. The butterfly fluttered for a while to get used to the new feeling. It could not believe it. Now it has this ability. A few weeks ago it was crawling. Now it's flying all over the place. The butterfly flew from one leaf to the next. Then it went higher and higher. The butterfly reached the hill which it could only see from far away while it was still a caterpillar. For the first time, the butterfly felt free. The birds that flew across the meadow during sunset greeted the butterfly one day. "Welcome to the Green Valley, young butterfly," shouted the bird leader. "Thank you," the young butterfly replied in return. "Come, join us," added the bird. The butterfly saw how large the birds were and was afraid it could not catch up with them. "I'll join you next time," promised the butterfly. "All right then, see you next time," said the leader bird. The flock of birds then continued on with their journey. "So, Green Valley is the name of this place," the butterfly said to itself. A butterfly is what I am. I am butterfly," the butterfly shouted with glee. The butterfly remembered seeing its reflection in the puddles as a young caterpillar. Now it wants to see how it looks as a grown butterfly. It searched around, but I could not find any remaining puddles. Oh, how I wish to see myself, sighed the butterfly. The young butterfly got used to its new life in the valley. It woke up early in the morning. It greeted the morning sun and some of the small creatures it met. The butterfly does not eat leaves anymore. The butterfly now drinks from a flower. It uses its tongue like a straw to suck the flower's tasty nectar. It spends the rest of the day playing and fluttering from one plant to another. One day, the butterfly decides to go far from Green Valley. It comes across a field full of pink and white flowers. Wow! This place has all the food I need, the butterfly shouted in delight. The butterfly lands on one of the flowers and begins to suck its sweet nectar. Mmm, delicious! This tastes better than the ones back at my place, exclaimed the butterfly. As the young butterfly was about to move to a different flower, another butterfly emerged from it. The butterfly noticed that it had a different color. This one had blue wings. Then another butterfly appeared. This next one had violet wings with light blue spots. And then another butterfly surfaced from a flower underneath. This one had lighter orange colored wings. The three butterflies greeted the young butterfly one after the other. Hi there, I am Gigi, said the blue butterfly. And I am Gissy, said the violet butterfly. And I am Guinea, said the light orange winged butterfly. Welcome to Green Meadows, said the three butterflies all together. Oh, thank you, replied the young butterfly. What's your name? Asked Gissy. I don't have a name yet, said the young butterfly reluctantly. But you should have one, wondered Guinea. Yeah, you should have a name by now, added Gigi. But I don't have one yet, said the young butterfly. The other butterflies were surprised. They knew by looking at the young butterfly that it was also female. A beautiful butterfly like you needs a beautiful name, said Gissy. The other three butterflies thought for a moment. Why don't we call you Giselle? Said Gigi after a while. Yeah, that sounds like a good name, said Guinea. Yeah, Giselle would fit you perfectly, added Gissy. Giselle, that sounds like a beautiful name. The young butterfly thought to itself. Yeah, from now on we'll call you Giselle, said Gigi. All right, my name is Giselle. I am Giselle, the young butterfly shouted with glee upon hearing its new name. I am Giselle, the orange and black striped with small white dots butterfly, the young butterfly added. The three other butterflies laughed upon hearing this, and Giselle laughed as well. Giselle, the young butterfly, was happy to have met the other butterflies. She was also happy that she now has a name. How did you come to this place? Giselle asked the three butterflies. I came from the north of Green Meadows, said Gigi while pointing towards north. I came from the east, said Gigi while pointing towards the east. I came from the west, said Guinea as she points towards the direction of the west. We stayed here in the Green Meadows once we found these wonderful flowers, Gissy, the violet butterfly, said. Giselle tells the other butterflies that she has never been to any of those places. That means you must have come from the south of Green Meadows, said Gigi, the blue-winged butterfly. Giselle got confused a bit, but she later agrees that she came from the south of the Green Meadows. Why don't you join us here in Green Meadows? Guinea asked Giselle. Giselle gave it some thought. She would miss the plants and creatures at Green Valley, but Green Meadows has more flowers. And she now has made friends with other butterflies as well. Giselle decides to move to Green Meadows to join the other butterflies. She is so happy to belong to a group of butterflies. Every day, the 4 butterflies would frolic in the meadow. They would have races with each other. They even tried flying as high as they can to see who could go up furthest. Gizelle won the race and Gigi came in a close second. After having fun, the butterflies would land on some of the flowers. Gizelle enjoys sucking the sweet nectar from the flowers. She likes the taste of the pink flowers more than the taste of the white flowers. She thinks the color has something to do with its sweeter taste. After having sipped enough nectar from the flowers, the butterflies would rest a bit. They would spend the rest of the day playing with each other. At night time, the butterflies have their favorite places to sleep in. Gizzy and Guinea love sleeping between blades of grass. Both sleep next to each other. Gigi loves sleeping in the cracks of rocks. She likes the cool air that passes through the rocks. Giselle, on the other hand, still chooses to sleep under a leaf, just as she did when she was still a young caterpillar. திரும்பவும் இன்னொரு புத்தகத்தோட நான் உங்களை சந்திக்கிறேன்.